Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaizen. Today I just wanted to give you a quick video around how you go about choosing the right vendors on Aliexpress. And shout out to Nomti who actually asked me to make a video on this. I hope you find this valuable because I know that you're probably not the only person sitting there thinking, is Aliexpress legit? Am I going to get my product? Am I going to waste my money? And my answer is, if you follow my rules, no. So if you are an Aliexpress virgin or you've been burned before, I'm sorry about that experience, but the rules or the tips that I'm going to give you will make sure that you actually hit instead of miss every single time. Let's get into it. So the first thing that I want you to think about is what you are wanting to buy on Aliexpress. Is it a frontal? Is it a closure? Is it a wig? Is it blonde? Is it virgin? Like, just think about the specs of the hair that you're wanting to buy. And then once you've decided what you want to buy, then your work begins. So step number 2 is you need to do your research, right? So I typically spend 24 to 48 hours before I decide on purchasing my hair or whatever I want to buy. I will use sources such as YouTube. YouTube is very reliable and a very relevant source. In order to get a vendor, I'll go on Instagram. I'll basically just do my research holistically for around it takes me 24 to 48 hours, watching videos, looking at comments, and also going on the app. So I purchase my hair through the Aliexpress app that I have on my phone. So I'll also go to whichever stores that people are talking about. I'll write their names down and then I'll go and I'll visit the stores. I'll see the comments. I'll see the type of people that are buying. How does the hair look upon initial installation, and how does the hair look after a couple of weeks? Because some people actually go back and update their reviews and say, oh, this hair was terrible, or this hair still really looking good, and then I keep that name on my list. Another thing that you need to take note of is when you're doing your YouTube research, listen to what the YouTuber is saying. If they're saying things like, this company sent me the hair, you know that the hair is sponsored, and chances are they're not really going to say the bad things about the hair. But if they say things like, I spent my own money, and they are very adamant in raising that point when they did spend their own money, then you know, okay, this is going to be a safe review. I'm probably going to get unbiased, unfiltered feedback because this person spent their money and they're not about to let me go down the rabbit hole or deceive me, because obviously that's reputational damage. So always go according to the YouTubers who actually buy their hair, because they will be more objective about the hair. Another thing that I do is I go through store reviews. So as I had already mentioned, so some of them, you actually, after you've done it for a couple of times, you get to sense or you get to gauge like when someone is being honest or when it's like a bot that has commented, but you do get to see the real feedback. And the thing I like about the store comments is you can actually see the hair, because customers actually take photos of the hair on their heads or the hair when it was just received, and they talk about it. So that's also a very relevant source, because that also prevents you from getting into the YouTube scam where people are getting sent like really good bundles or really good batches of hair. The reviews, that's where like the truth happens, I believe. That's also a very critical and relevant source to utilize. And what I also say about the store reviews is that's where you can set your expectations. You can actually look at like the worst batch that someone has ever received, and then you can also look at like the best batch that someone has received, and you can peg your expectations on round about the worst and the best. And if you're comfortable with getting like the worst batch, and if you're comfortable with getting the best batch, then I would say that's basically an indication of I should keep this store name on my list. So another thing that I do, as I mentioned, I purchase my hair via the store app that I've downloaded onto my phone. So what I do is, if a YouTuber has mentioned hair, they usually attach the link of where they purchase their hair in their description box. I will follow that link. If, for example, the number of orders on that link that they say they bought the hair is less than 1,000 orders, I don't order. I will always order hair that has more than 1,000 orders, sometimes more than 2,000 orders. It really does depend. The hair that I've been buying, this hair that I bought, has more than 2,000 orders. Another thing that I do, because I've been very concerned about customs tax, because I've been impacted by it very heavily in the past. As I mentioned, I've been purchasing from Aliexpress since 2012. So that's a good 7 years that I've been utilizing Aliexpress, and I've got like my go-to vendors after all this time. And luckily I can say I've never been burned because I do my research thoroughly and I just don't take chances. So yeah, I said the next thing that I do is now I look at, okay, how many South Africans have purchased from the store and what are they saying about customs tax. So the reason why I went with the store that I went with to purchase this hair is because quite a few South Africans have purchased hair from the store, and they mentioned that it goes right to your doorstep. So I figured, okay, there is no customs tax on this. So which stores do I purchase from personally? So the two stores that I've bought hair from that have never disappointed me and have always delivered each time are Rosa Beauty Hair and Sealy Hair. I've bought bundles, I've bought wigs. This is my first wig unit from Rosa Hair, and I've just always been happy. I mean, the quality is good, customer service is good. I've never had a dispute with them, and the prices are decent. They are a bit more pricier than other stores, but then again, if you want to pay for something that you can wear for more than a month, then I would say just pay the premium, because it is still quite cheaper than a lot of other stores if you think about it in relative terms. Other stores that I will consider exploring, because I've actually done the research on them, I haven't purchased as yet, but they are on my radar and they are on my list, are Nadula Hair, Wiggins, and Clayia. I think that's how you say it. I will leave the spelling in the description box so that you actually know which vendors I use and which ones I would like okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that video was helpful, and please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe and turn your notification bell on so that you don't miss out on any of the video and any of the content that is going to come your way. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.